All right, we should be good. Double checking to make sure. I think we're good. Oh, phone's over here. Sorry. I think we're okay. Okay, so plan for today. I have my RGB30, the RGB30 that I was sent from Stubbs over at Retro Handhelds, a shell that I bought from How Kitty, a battery I bought from AliExpress, the original battery that was exploded, some buttons that I got from various RB1, various underscore RB1 over on Twitter, that I'm going to be putting together. I'll be putting this all into one solid unit very soon. After I do a quick unboxing, because this didn't come in a box, it came in a bubble wrap, and then just straight up this. It's just a Miyoo Mini, an original. It's a blue one. I'm excited to take a look at this and compare it to the Miyoo Mini Plus, which we will be doing another button mod for, and then also doing some kind of size comparisons of the two. I have not had a Miyoo Mini yet. There are some minor issues on the Miyoo Mini Plus, and I'm wondering to see if it was also present on the original. We'll see. And then finally, I've got some glow-in-the-dark buttons. Ooh. We're going to be messing with the RG35XX Plus. Yeah, that's my plan for today. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying out some new lights, as I'm sure you could probably tell. I do see that they're not really bright enough. I'll work on it. We'll get there. Okay, that being said, though, I'm going to get straight to it. I want to start looking into this. I really like this little case. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Sorry. Woo. All right, so I like this little case. I think, first off, it is really funny that the case of the Miyoo Mini original is roughly the size of the Plus. I do find that quite funny. Okay, we're not modding this yet. I really like Tech Dweeb's BMO mod for this, but I don't need it. Whoa, they didn't even load up the little card on it. That's fun. Different cable than I was expecting. Oh, cool. Oop, get back in there. Get in there. Instructions, I love it. This is really small. Come on. It's in there good. I like this little case. It's like... It's really in there. I'm gonna have to like peel it out of this thing. Ugh. How's that music going? Is it too loud? Sounds all right on my side. Hopefully it's not too loud for you. Oh, come on. All right, that is a really tight fit. It's a little rough around the edges, like literally. So we'll see how that pans out in the future. And holy crap, this thing is tiny. It doesn't seem like there's a screen protector for this, and that's okay. Wow. Oh, there's a nice little lip on these. I don't know why people are being so harsh on these original buttons. They're not bad. I think they're perfectly adequate. Then again, you know, I just felt this. I didn't know that the original Miyoo Mini had a battery door. Okay, for some history here. The original Miyoo Mini is the little system that got me back into handhelds. I was originally messing around with like R4 cards, DS2 cards. I did some emulation back on some old LG phones. I had a Dingu A320, if you know what that is. A buddy of mine still has his. I gave mine away. But this was the device that got me kind of like excited again about handhelds. But by the time that I noticed, we were on the V1 and they were completely sold out. There were shortages galore. You know what? I think this goes upside down. So we're going to put this contacts up. See if that just slots in. It should. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, they've been just completely gone. And then every time that they came back, I either just wasn't around or just missed it. But yeah, that's nice. I'm going to zoom in a little bit further here, actually. So my biggest complaint about these Miyoo devices is just there's a PWM buzz. This is an actual volume slider. I think it's too loud for me to really be able to tell, but I'm gonna turn the volume all the way down and then see, do I hear a buzz? There's like there's a radio static sound, but not a buzz. But how's the brightness setting? At a 7 out of 10. Okay, we're gonna go quiet here for just a second. I don't know if it's muting it for you as well. I'm sorry if it is. The buzz isn't nearly as obnoxious. There's not a high-pitched ringing on this, even at the lower brightness like there is on the Miyoo Mini Plus. Very, very interesting. Okay, cool. Well, I'm not doing an in-depth I'm not doing an in-depth look on this today, as I do want to mess around with this more myself later on. But, yeah, that's cool. I like this. I see what they mean about the D-pad feeling a little loose. For some context, yeah, that's pretty small. Anyway, cool. I'm pleasantly surprised with this already. I will do a video where I do, you know, all the... I didn't realize it didn't ship with onion. I don't think it did, at least. It didn't look like onion to me. But I'm going to do what I can to make that a little bit more streamlined and do a full video on this later. But I am pleasantly surprised that I do not have that high pitch buzzing that the Miyoo Mini Plus has. I'm going to take this screen protector off today too. We'll get to it. But yeah, cool. I will mess with this more in a bit. For now, we're going to get to some modding. I'm ready. I am ready. All right, so we're going to start at the beginning. Let's see, let's zoom you back out. We're going to start at the beginning. We're going to move the plus over there and the other plus over there. Oh, also, got a new camera. I'm only using it for thumbnails for the time being. This is the, what is this? The Sony ZV-1F. It was on sale for like $400. I could not pass that up. I will be using it for more stuff later on. Accessories aren't here yet. All right, so for this, we've got some tools. We've got some stuff we're going to end up doing. I want to use some of the device that I got from Stubbs. By the way, he didn't just give this to me. He was like, the screen's busted. I'll sell it to you for really, really cheap. Since you're looking for one anyway, I was like, okay, cool. I do need donor parts. I had already purchased this and this at the time, the shell and the battery, but they were, this battery from AliExpress isn't supposed to be here until October. I don't know how it got here so soon. And then this, they told me it wouldn't be here for like, I don't know, a month. It showed up in like 5 days. So this all showed up in the interim while I was getting this to use in the meantime. I want to use some of Stubbs's RGB30 parts. And if I don't, I will give this to a friend of mine who is looking for a handheld. Regardless, I'm going to have leftover parts, and this system is going to a friend. But I do want to use some parts of this, so I think I might for the time being. We'll see. I'll figure it out. We'll work through it as we get to it. But I am going to be using my original screen, and we're going to be swapping out these buttons for these new buttons. And I'm going to keep the back plate of either Stubbs's or this donor one. We'll see how that goes. We will see how that goes. All right, so first things first then, I guess, is we got to take this board apart. Not a Bart, but out. A Bart? I said a Bart. no apologies necessary. We're not doing that today. Okay. Let's see. I've done this once before, and well, we're doing it again. I've been playing a game lately. In fact, I finished it in like 3 days. But I started a game called Until Then on Steam. And man, that game has changed my perspective on existence. And myself. I highly recommend, if you were curious at all, to check it out. I'm sorry, the mic is right next to my face. I don't mean to sound like I'm yelling if I do. But if you like visual novels, if you don't like visual novels, I don't like visual novels, but it really did change my opinion on them quite a bit. Okay, I'm making sure these screws are all the same before I put them together. Trying to keep them relatively organized. They are so far the same as I remember. But yeah, if you missed the stream that I did before, I was just going in here to do the D-pad mod, which worked out well. But in the process, I noticed that the battery was all not okay. That's not exactly how it went down. It was more like I thought something was a little bit funky, and then like a couple months went by, and then one of my fellow creators was like, hey, you know, that might be a really bad thing. You should probably look into that. So I looked into that. Yeah. Okay, we're going to pop these off. Oh, wait, we're way zoomed out. Let's zoom in a little bit here. And we'll come a little bit closer too. Hey, look at that. Okay, so these little ribbon cables here. Ooh, we got that top-down distortion going on. We're going to scoot forward again. Still learning how to use all of these. It's not nearly as distorted here. We'll use this. So we're going to pop these little levers up. You know what? It might actually be better to use a tool for that. Oh no, I already got it. Never mind. We're good. We Gucci. I'm still going to get a tool. So actually, I'm going to rearrange these parts a little bit here. The screws are all the same, so I'm going to gather them up, because I will lose them if I don't. Also, don't remember which memory card was which, so we'll figure all that out as we go. Oh, there are other screws on this one, because those are the chassis screws. Aha, yes indeed. But yeah, so as I was doing the battery swap, the clips broke. So, yeah, we have some work to do. Okay, I don't want to use metal, so we're using these ceramic tip tweezers, tweezies, pinchies, whatever you want to call them. Doesn't really matter. As long as you know that we're using something that's non-metal. Every now and then I'll go against my own advice, but don't do that. We're just using this to pull that little tab just a little bit out because it's kind of in a weird spot. Yeah, there we go. It's nice and easy. This pops right off. I'm debating on just taking this off because it's kind of in the way right now. But we're going to do this real quick. I'll flip this other side up. You know what? I'm going to be very, very careful. Yep, just in a little bit of a weird spot. Very, very careful. I'm going to slide this other one out from this side. Just got to get under it. Come on. It's really hard to get under. There it is. Okay, they're both out. Now we're going to pull the board out. Being very careful not to damage anything. Come on, all the way, all the way. Oh yeah, the screen. Okay, so we're not actually pulling this all the way out, because I don't need to. All right, so we're going to swap out the buttons and the D-pad while we're in here. If you were curious, by the way, this is the mod that I did before. The lighting is not doing it justice. We're going to do a quick little ad-lib light here, just so you can see a little bit better. There's yellow Kapton tape on there that I put in, but I also left it open for the contacts. That was a D-pad mod. The D-pad was feeling very stiff and was somewhat problematic, so I went to go fix it. Glad I did. because then I had a spicy pillow and it was a whole thing. Okay, so we're gonna leave this attached, and I'm gonna actually pop these buttons open. You know what? No, we're not gonna leave this attached. This is gonna be way more work to do it attached. If you were ever curious about how much I plan for these videos, I don't. These streams are completely like off the cuff. If I basically just wait for things to show up, and then when everything's here, I just get started most of the time. Or, you know, more realistically, what'll happen is I'll have everything, it'll be here, and then I'll sit there stressing for a while and then just not doing it and whatever. So anyway, this membrane is staying where it's supposed to be pretty well, so I'm going to leave this one there. We're going to jump over to this one. I really don't know why it's so dark. I have so many lights on. Let me try something. We're going to change up the lighting a little bit here. Gotta love Google Home, yeah? So let's go into the studio lights. We want studio desk right back. We're going to change the color on this one to... That's the wrong side, but okay, we're good. We'll go lighter blue. Yeah, that's way better. And then we'll go with the studio desk left. We'll go with way brighter. Nice. Cool. Look at that. Now we can all see better. Okay, so we're going to swap out these buttons. I like that these are two bags that are kind of just stuck together here. I quite like that, actually. We'll do the face buttons first. I haven't actually taken them out of the bags yet. Come on. So yeah, these are the buttons that various_RB1 over on Twitter made. And I quite like them so far. They look really, really good. I will do a close-up of one of them here. By close-up, I mean I will bring it up close to the camera. It's got the nice detailing on there. Decent texture. It's got a little bit of stick to it, but it's not like what I would call sticky. We're gonna do... Let's see. Do I want to keep any of the OG buttons in there or not? I'm wondering, let's see what... Let's pop out the A and the B, and then swap in... Oop, I missed. A and B. And then let's see how that looks. Oh, these little buttons are popping out. That's fine. All right, hopefully nothing falls out. Something fell out. The one I just held in. So I'm debating on maybe doing just an A and a B on there. I think that looks pretty good. I might do both. Or both, all four, you know what I mean. I might, we'll see. Let's see how all of them look. Let's see, X is, well, this is Y. I forget, was X is on the top, okay. So Y goes here. And then X goes here. X, go on, give it to me. Oh, no, you know what? I like how all of them look. We're going to go with all. All of the above. All right. So now we have the, these are the same, it looks like. Got a start and a select. I do like these, so we're going to do one over there. There's my little foam bits. Let's zoom in a bit more here, too. Ka-chow. Ka-chow, ka-chow. Cool. I'm gonna take the foam off of this other one. Sorry, I realize this is a video. You guys should be watching. Taking this little foam sticky off. We're going to apply it to the new button. As best we can. Look at that. Cool. And now we'll pull out the other one. Do the same basic gist. In fact, I'm just going to pull this off. Yep, yep, yep. Ooh, a little bit of stick there, a little bit of pull through. Got it. Okay, and then we're going to place this on the other side. And drop this on right in. Cool. Pull the D-pad membrane off. We're going to keep the orientation as is because it felt good once we did the mod. Pull the D-pad out. And we're going to go in and swap out the D-pad. That does feel really nice. So it's hard to tell. Oh, it's a way different kind of a... let me see if I can show you this. The posts on these are different. So the post on the OG is much, much thinner. Since it's crystal, it's hard to tell. But the post on the new one is much rounder. I think that's going to make a better feel for the D-pad overall too. My D-pad might be too good with these updates. We'll see. I'm optimistic. It's a nice fit. Heck yes. Throw that D-pad back in exactly as was oriented. All right. Getting all them buttons back in. All right, I think that's everything that I got for this particular button kit. We're gonna throw the board back in, sort of. Throw is a strong word. Oops, sorry. Oh, I think I put it in the wrong way. That's fine. We'll get it. For now, I just want to make sure that we're not leaving anything stuck under anything. So all these ribbon cables got to come up. I missed it. Come on. We're getting it. Probably an easier way to do this, but you know me, I don't do easy. I approach problems as they occur and fix them as they occur. It's just how I do. You know what? I kind of wish I had like a plastic tweezer in here. That's all good. We'll get it. We'll get it. These are ceramic, so they're a little bit more rigid than I'd like. But see how it's stuck in under there? We're just trying to pull it through without scraping or tearing any of those or mashing on them too much. It's a little dusty, but it's fine. Okay, cool. Same goes for this one. We just got to get it up and through. We'll reposition the board. Whoop, once we get that out. I don't know how that just happened. Don't ask. Come on. Okay, so these are on top now. Mostly. Come on, all the way. Okay, so now that these are up, I need to settle the board in flat. So we're going to figure that out. I don't want that to happen, damn it. That bottom Joy-Con band came loose. I might need to pull it out and just replace it. That's fine if I have to. Ah, and the buttons came out up top. Dang it. So up here they came loose. We'll try again. Ah, it is what it is. Now there's a little bit of a pinch going on here. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this in a slightly different order, so let's do that. I was trying to avoid having to do more steps. Lazy, lazy, lazy. Lock and load, baby. All right, make sure it's set to stun. Now we shall remove these teeny screws. really trying hard not to pull these out because of the fact that they're plastic tappers. But hey, you know, it is what it is. You only have so many ins and outs with plastic tap screws. But yeah, so when I had made the order, when I had organized the purchase to buy Stubbs's donor, I was like, hey, by the way, would you mind terribly sending over some of your Stubbs nubs over for a quick review and whatnot? I don't know if I'm going to be getting to these today or not, but he did send me over some. I'm excited to mess with these. I'm actually not even sure which these will fit on yet. They may or may not fit on the RGB30. If they do, cool. We'll check it out. We'll take a look. We got the spiky and the rosebud ones. I'm really curious about the spiky. Ooh, I kind of like that. I hope I don't, but we'll see. Or we might be taking a look at those too. We'll see. We'll see. So now what we're going to do is we're going to, hopefully, keeping that ribbon cable connected in there, get these buttons placed back in where they're supposed to be. Put it in upside down, I apologize. So this is taped to try to hold these buttons in, but they don't really want to stay in. Okay, ribbon cable is in. Buttons all seem to be where they're supposed to be for the most part. Let's make sure. Looking good. Want to make sure the membranes are where they're supposed to be. The buttons, sorry, again, the buttons feel all right. I think the D-pad membrane's still in line too. I don't want to find out that I'm wrong though. But okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tuck this ribbon cable in. Come on. I hate ribbon cables so much. Get in there. These are the worst kinds of ribbon cables too. You know what? I am going to remove this. So if you have an antenna like this for Wi-Fi and it's just kind of in the way, you can just remove it. And now it's not in the way anymore. They pop right back in. It ain't a problem at all. I don't think the membranes are lined up because of the fact that my HDMI port up there is not quite lined up right. So I think I'm going to have to do one more realigning. But I want to get this ribbon cable in there first. We can work around it. I think we're in. Was it that easy? Okay. Tucked in, slammed down. When I first took this apart, this is what I messed up. Okay, so I do think that the membranes might be a little bit off because it's not lining up like it should. So I'm going to try to fix that. We're going to come around to this side of it so we can see all the buttons up here. And we're going to pull this up. And then make sure that the membrane is on the posts. So there are posts, one for each corner here. And now it is definitely lined up and the buttons fell out again. Or the was the power and reset. Okay. Those are in. Those are in. We are lined up. Yes, look. Okay, we're lined up. Good. Cool. Loverly. You know what? While we're here, before I start moving stuff and setting stuff down, set the screwdriver to kill. We're going to start screwing a couple of these screws in. Not a ton, just a few. I just don't want it to come loose again now that they're in properly. I'm realizing too that the speakers are attached to the back shell. So I think I'm going to just use the back shell and battery of the original. And then I'm going to make the second project a secondary project for my friend. It has a couple of dead pixels, unfortunately, but it will be a gift. And the pixels aren't really that bad. There's like 4, maybe 5 that are out. And they're not all next to each other. Which, blessing, curse, depending on how you look at it. But that being said, it's not bad. So I'm gonna use the back for that, and then, like I was saying, I'll do a full transfer of the old speakers and such to the new back shell at a later date. I'm not feeling confident to do that today. I'll do my best. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Might do it on stream. I might not do it on stream. It all just depends on the day. Put you all the way in there. Cool. Okay, so now we've got a couple of those in there. I don't think these are going to go anywhere. That looks nice. That looks really nice. The start and select buttons, you can hardly tell that they're changed at all, just in this lighting especially, but they are. But the A, B, X, Y, and the D-pad, that looks really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, onward. Continuing further forward. Forever onward. All right. Let's get this analog stick shoved back in there. I realize it's probably easier to do this in different steps. So we're going to put this in and then clip it on down. It should be nice and good. Stick the stick through the hole. Oh, right, the screw's still in there. But yeah, so you can see here. So you see how these posts have like some white to them? That's the wear of being taken apart, put back together a couple of times. Eventually, they will lose their efficacy or just kind of become too worn out to really hold. That's part of why you do not want to ever over tighten these. You want to go for when you feel resistance, that's when you're done. Pretty much it, right? Ooh, well, that just magnetized right up. Let's see if I can get this in line without moving my other hand. That's close enough. Hey, hey. So I realized also on a recent stream that I've got a double noise gate going on my microphone. Some resistance there. Cool, we're good. So even when my noise suppression software is off, it still is doing a really good job at noise suppression. So again, we're doing that same thing. We're just lining up the ribbon cable there and then locking it in and then placing the actual stick in. Sorry, the angle, it's still getting used to this new setup here. I haven't been doing very many streams or videos lately. I'm working on it. It's been a journey of self-discovery. But I'm making progress. Making bacon progress. That's in there pretty quick. What is really interesting though is that this battery that I got, this other one it's 1 volt less than the stock battery. But it's 500 milliamps more. But it was advertised to be an RGB30 replacement. So I'm really curious as to how that's going to play out. Okay, you don't want to forget your antenna. So if you look at these here, there's a little tiny, like a cup at the end of this. We're going to stick this onto the other end that looks just like it. So if you look in here, it looks like the top of a screw, but it's not. There's a little pin and a ring. You basically just stick one on top of the other, push it down, and look, your antenna's reattached. Lovely, we have Wi-Fi. Okay, so now what I need to do is take off the back plate of Stubbs' device without damaging the clips, because then we're going to have a whole different video on our hands. But before I do that, before I forget, sorry, it's 400 milliamp hours longer. So this is the original, 3.8 volts, 4100 milliamp hours. But this one is the one that spicy pillowed a little bit there, and I don't like that. This one, on the other hand, 3.7 volts as opposed to the 3.8, and then 4500 milliamp hours as opposed to 41. But they're roughly the same size, slightly different size, obviously. It's a teeny bit different. This was like $30 on AliExpress, something like that. Maybe not that much. I can't quite remember now. It's been a little bit. Okay, so we're going to try to fully disassemble this without causing brain damage, I guess. Before we do that, always remove your SD cards. This is for the green one. You know what? So I don't lose it, it's going inside the other green shell there. Screen replacements on these things is really just not really what I'm looking at. Not really interested. I really, really hope I don't screw this up. Because if I don't screw this up, I get to gift somebody who doesn't have a retro handheld a retro handheld. It won't be perfect, but like I said, it will be free. I got a couple friends who are interested and just don't have any, so we'll see what happens. All right. I've got a pry tool on my desk that I like. There it is. This is one, I don't remember what kit this is from, but we're gonna try our damnedest to not ruin this one. So actually, before we do this, I'm gonna take some mental notes here. Where are the clips and how are they oriented? We'll use the old shell here because there's 2 on, is this the bottom or the top? This is the top. Okay, so there's 4 on the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I almost just dumped screws everywhere. And then the side clips are still intact. And the bottom clips outside of 1 are still intact. Interesting. Okay. I'll see what I can do with that information. So this is the orientation of it like this, which means the top, I'm going to start with the sides are going to be so hard to unclip. I'm going to try to get at it from the R2 button and see if I can scoot it down from there without breaking anything. So let's give that a shot. We don't want to break anything. It's part of why we're doing this in the first place. I want to give it a decent amount of force, but not too much force. Come on. We're making some minor progress here. I heard a clip. I'm really hoping it was just a clip. Seems to be mostly out on the top. Yeah, okay, so the top seems out, and I don't see any damage. So hopefully that's good. Hopefully that's correct. We're going to scoot this out of the way again. Try to come in from the side here. Trying to be a little bit more careful with these, especially because I'm working on 3 systems today. All right, so you know what? I'm going to find a pick to shove in the top to keep some pressure on there. So we're going to open up my Quinn kit that I got from my wife. I think they're in here. Yeah. Just going to pull out. You know, we're going to pull all the picks out. We'll use probably like 3 of them, but we're going to pull them all out because I'm lazy. All right. But that being said, let's go back to the top here. We're just going to stuff a pick in. And then stuff a second pick in. Oop. They're really, really tight. So we'll just do our best. This is the most challenging one as far as I'm aware. So there's a reason why I'm starting with this one. A, most challenging. B, lowest risk. Because I have so many spare parts here. Okay, so I want to try to get into this. Lovely. So trying not to power it on as I do this. Which way do the clips go? Are they on the back? They're on the back. Okay, so I want to be angling it in a little bit more sharply. Trying to be a little bit more scientific here than last time. Look at that, making progress already. All right, same thing. All the clips are intact so far. Heck yes. Little victories. Feeling a little bit of resistance, so we're gonna try to see if we can come around. You know what? No, we're gonna... How was I doing this? I'm gonna keep on doing like I was doing. So far, so good. I don't want to put too much force on any of it. But yeah, so far, so good. This is the part that I'm the most concerned about. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take these picks. We're going to shove one in the back side of this one. And one in the, I guess, the front side of this one. And then apply that same pressure. Oop, it just popped right out. This might not be the right use for these picks. They usually use for laptops. I wanted to try. But instead of just peeling it open, I want to try to really do good by these clips. Come on, get in there. We're so close. I have a tendency to... Okay, you know how when you go to the gym, if you go to the gym, I broke one, damn it. Well, one isn't the end of the world. But when you go to the gym, it's always when you're setting the weights down on that last set that you end up hurting yourself. It's when you think that everything's all done, over, clear, whatever, that you end up hurting yourself. That's when things end up going bad. I'm trying to avoid doing that. So I'm trying to stay calm, cool, collected the whole time through. We're going to get a new one of these because this is kind of getting a little chewed up. Thank you for focusing right when I move my hand over. Cool. We're going to try a different one. Yeah, we're going to go with this one on this Quinn kit. Whoa. Magic. Okay, let's get back in there. It's really kind of hard to tell which way this is supposed to go. Can I just shimmy a little up and down? Get in there? It's mostly loose. I just don't want to break any other clips off. I've already lost one, and I feel kind of defeated for that. Why are they in there so tight? Okay, well. Yeah, the clips are on this edge, so let's just keep trying. I'm in... These RGB 30s are really, really hard to get into for me. I've like busted apart probably like 15, 20 other controllers and never had a busted clip. But these RGB 30s, they're just tough for me. It's like, you can see here, there's no give at all in this seam. Just mashing on these things. I wonder if I can get into the side from here. No, I can't get in. It's too narrow. I hate this part so much. And all the while I'm trying to not like re-clip it as I go. I'm gonna try changing to the other side. See if that does it. Okay, hey, we did it. We did it. We did it. Okay, we're in. We're in. Wait, no, there's one more clip down here. Apparently. Okay, we're in. Glorious. Okay. I'm gonna move all these picks away. I'm a little bummed that we lost one clip, but hey, it's one clip. Okay, we're gonna pop this out. And this out. Come on. All right, cool. Then pop the battery out. Sorry, this is going to be really, really hard to show. Come on. The battery one's really in there, geez. There it is, cool. All right, and then finally the antenna, which I am having trouble showing. It's stuck right underneath this battery. Oh, wow. So Stubbs has an even smaller battery than mine had. Interesting. His battery is a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Oh, come on. This Kapton tape is so tight. Okay. And out. You know what? We'll leave that there. That's fine. Okay, so this is interesting to me. This is 3.7 volts, and then it's 4,000 milliamps, unlike the one that I got in mine, which is 4,100 milliamps, 3.8 volt. His is also on straight and has not spicy pillowed at all. Ah, damn, I broke a lot of clips on this one too. How? Where? I don't even see any like remnants of plastic, but yeah. Broken, and then something broke here. I don't know if that just was like a manufacturing thing or not, but there's no loose plastic in this. Oh, there's the buttons, but I think that's just a manufacturing defect, those other little ones, because there's no plastic fell anywhere. Still, that's a bummer. I was trying really hard not to break clips. These RGB 30s. Well, I have more intact this time than last time. All of the sides are good. All of the bottom ones are good. I just lost the top ones. Bummer. It's okay. So now I have a decision to make. Do I want to take off this perfectly functional, slightly smaller battery and replace it with the 4,500 milliamp hour one and gain myself a little bit more battery life, or do I leave it already attached where it is? I think I'm going to leave it already attached where it is and cut my losses here. All right. So, back to the original board with the new buttons. Let's swap out the old buttons. Oh, crap. Which side's L? Which side's R? Yeah, okay, cool. I guessed correctly. I'm going to put in the trigger buttons and the... Well, I guess they're all shoulder buttons on a system like this, huh? This is R2. My big ass hands. I can do so much stuff. But sometimes I just get tripped up on little things. Okay. So I want to make sure I'm orienting that tape right. So I'm going to take this tape, this Kapton tape off from the old system. We're going to stick it basically right where tape was for the other one, because that's where that antenna goes. This old system out of the way again. And then we will tape the antenna down to the battery, because that's apparently what they're doing here. Or just below the battery, I guess. But you'll see it before it's closed up, don't worry. Cool. So I'm sticking it just like kind of in between, not touching the battery, but like really, really close to it. All right, now we got the battery. Speaking of, I think it only goes in the one way. We'll try our best to just stick it in there correctly. It's such a rigid wire. And then also, before I close it up, I want to make sure to test it. I should have checked, see what the orientation of the wire was, but I think it goes in this way. Yeah. Okay. Oh, ooh. I almost forgot to put the rest of the chassis screws in. Thank you for stopping me. I can hear you screaming through the screen, by the way. Okay, so we're going to put the rest of the chassis screws, not the chassis, but the board screws. These buttons just stick to my fingers, yo. Would have been nice to have an upgraded battery too, but oh well. That's perfectly fine by me. This one screw is going in screwy, so I'm gonna undo and redo it one more time. I don't know why it's seated silly. It went in straight that time, cool. Alright, now the last things to stick in are gonna be the speakers. So we're gonna stick these in as we close it up. Which, unfortunately, I can't really show. All right, left speaker is in. I don't know if I have the dexterity on my right or my left hand to do the right side. Okay. I think we're all in. Cool. Okay. So now I'm just going to close this up, and just for the sake of why not, I'm also going to be using Stubbs's chassis screws. Because why not? It was kind of him to have donated this to my again, not donated. I did give him money for this. I did pay him for this, but still, to consider allowing to work with me for this, I'm grateful for it. It's nice. But yeah, in honor of that, I want to keep as much as is reasonable from his generosity for this lovely little hodgepodge. I love me a good Frankenstein. I really should have tested it first. I know it's bad luck to close up a system without testing it, but I'm feeling frickin' lucky. Really should have tested it first. Cross your fingers for me. There it is. Cool. Yeah, that looks nice. I mean, it looks a little dirty, but just because I've been fondling the screen like crazy. All right. So now we'll see how we're looking. That's still dirty, whatever. Got power. Don't you do me like this? Did I do it again? Did I not get the screen all the way in? I'm gonna be so mad if I did that to myself twice. Oh, what's up, Retro Fun Tech? Yeah, it's this is half Stubbs, and then half mine, and then buttons are from various _RB1. Hello, hello. Yeah, I seem to have not put the display cable in all the way, like the last time that I did this. Or I did, and it's not registering yet, so we'll see what happens. And then, hello, Miss J. Sorry, I was so into this I wasn't paying attention. Oh, you know what? I forgot the OS. Oh, okay, let's power this down. I forgot the OS chip. Yeah, Stubbs is so nice. He really is, he really is. I was telling him I was working on this project, and he's like, oh, I just happen to have, you know, a mint one, which was the color that I bought as a replacement here. But he had some dead pixels on his screen. Sold it to me for real cheap. Okay, so now that it has an OS in there, that is the OS one. Yes, cool. Now that it has an OS, oh, come on. Hey! Oh, I pressed my luck and we got there. I'm still running the OG Jellos on this. Yeah, I know. I kind of feel like I might actually ship him the shell that I bought from them. If he ever wants to do a swap. I don't know if he would, but I might just ship him this as a thank you. But yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know exactly where I put my ROM mod, but yeah, that looks nice. I like that a lot. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the buttons look nice. That looks nice. I got one more piece to this little puzzle here. I picked this up on AliExpress along the whole process. And I know it covers up some of the green, but I think it kind of adds it like an accent color there. Nice little grip, nice and comfy. I like that. I like that. Cool. We got some more button mods to do, but yeah. Not bad, not bad. That went way smoother than the first time. I still broke 2 clips like a dummy, but you know what? We get better by practicing. I'm really happy with that. I will have to tell Stubbs. I'll send him some pictures, and various too, because I like this. I like the custom buttons. I like the way they feel. I should do a test, actually. Let's make sure all the buttons work. Yeah. This was like $10. I was buying this battery and figured, okay, well, hey, if I'm buying the battery, I might as well get something else to, you know, really test AliExpress just to see what we get there. I didn't do a full buttons test. I should have done that. I should have done that. I did do the tape mod to this a while back. Oh, you can see my light with my new diffuser on there now. Yeah, I know, but like, I never broke clips on anything before this, except for a laptop of mine from way back in the day. Luckily, we got screws for backup. These were from various_RB1 over on Twitter. He makes custom buttons. I think Stubbs and Odin had both bought buttons from them before. I'm pretty sure. But I really like them. I've also got orange ones that I'm going to be doing for my Miyoo Mini Plus. Actually, very soon. It's going to be right after we test these buttons. And then I got glow-in-the-dark ones that I'm going to be putting into my 35XXH. But yeah, I like these. Oh, I just put it to sleep. Okay. So, actually, ooh, you know what? Just in the menus even, the D-pad feels more responsive. Yeah. My wife was very nice to loan me her blacklight. But they have a really, really nice and strong glow. It's really, really bright in here right now, so you can't really see, but they glow nicely. Yeah, I'm really excited for these. All right. So I don't know if I actually have any games on this right now. There's got to be something I can test. There's Splorer. I've never played Splorer before. I think it's just Splorer. Will it even launch? Nah, it won't. I don't have any games on this right now. But all of the sticks seem to work. The buttons seem to work. You know what? I think this is a success, and it looks good. I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. Well, again, one success, I'll take it. All right. Unfortunately, we're going to have to move all of these other RGB30 parts around for another project for another day. I will do this, I promise, but it might not be on stream. Thank you again, Stubbs. But yeah, I might send this over to him. All right, I think because of the conversation here, I think I'm going to go with the Miyoo Mini Plus next, actually. Yeah, I could take it to a rave. I could, because that's totally my vibe. But yeah, I think it's funny. Retro Fun Tech, I feel bad that we haven't really interacted until right now, outside of maybe like a back and forth on a Stubbs stream or something, but yeah, hi. Thanks for coming in. All right. Cool, those were nice. Some extra buttons just in case something goes crazy. The screen protectors on these things are kind of a joke. I'm taking it off once I finish this, actually. Yeah, it's nice to sort of actually meet you too. All right, so first off, can we fully remove the battery without fully disassembling this thing? Hey, yes we can. Okay, you know what? I'm not even sure that I fully powered this down. It might be in sleep mode. Okay, it seems to be fully powered down. Cool. Okay, we're going to pull the battery out, and then we shall proceed. I haven't done button mods in a while. I've got a Switch Pro controller that I did some button mods to, but I unfortunately cut a ribbon cable, and that was really hard to actually come across. And by that, I mean I didn't look it up for like about a year. Where to find one from? Come on. This is in a really awkward position to get at. I don't want to pull the cables through the little housing there either. Oh, come on. That's really tight in there. As you can see, I've got kind of like larger hands and I don't really have nails, so this is a challenge for me. Yeah. You know what? We're going to see if we can get in there with the... Ooh, you know what? We're going to use the more busted one. It's blunter. Let's get in there on that lip. A little bit of force, not a whole lot. We'll get in there. We'll get in there. So for this one, I'm not doing as much of a crazy mod. I'm not modding the D-pad or doing anything crazy like that. I may or may not actually just fully disable the speaker, though. And just have this be a headphones-only device, just because that PWM buzz, I'm really, really bothered by it. I might disable the speaker. I got headphones galore. This is really not wanting to come out, isn't it? Come on. It's really in there good. Well, hey, you know, good job. Well, it's not just that the speaker isn't good. Are you aware of the PWM issues with the Miyoo Mini or the Miyoo devices? It seems to be not entirely, you know, ubiquitous, because my Miyoo Mini that I just opened today doesn't seem to have the issue. But with this, I've noticed that, oh, you know what, hey, we're going to get proactive here, because we noticed it now, we're going to take care of it now. Okay, that's out. But there's a PWM buzz that's tied to the, not the refresh rate, but the backlight rate. The frequency that the backlight goes to is for whatever reason tied directly to the speaker. So if you have the brightness lower, it lowers that frequency into normal human hearing. If you go below like a 9. Yeah. And it's maddening for me. It's like a high-pitched, loud buzz. I mean, I know I'm more sensitive to it due to, you know, my autism and whatnot, but it's unbearable for me. I can't play this thing at night, and I want to, because it's too dang loud. So it's become like a waiting room only device, and I don't go to waiting rooms nearly as often these days. But I really like the Plus otherwise. It's just that buzz. But yeah, I even tried to put some code in to fix it. I think I did pull the pin through. Dang it. This is the tightest battery clip I've ever dealt with. Okay, so we need to make sure that we didn't pull the pin. We did. Okay. So I'm glad this happened to me and not to you. You, I mean like everyone. But yeah. Yeah, electronic buzz is gnarly. But if you look in there, you'll notice that in trying to pull this battery out, the cable came loose from the housing there a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to shove it back in there as best we can. You can even see some of the bare wire out the bottom of the red lead there. It's really, really subtle, but that will cause your system to not work. So we want to fix it. It's really, really easy. All you got to do is shove it back in. And look, now we have no bare lead, and you see wire all the way in the tips of both of these. Sometimes they just are a little bit loose. I've never had one come out myself, but I knew to expect it. All right. But yeah, I really, really like the feel of this thing, but it's just, yeah, it's been mildly problematic. Okay. We're going to set it to stun, and we're going to start removing screws. I see 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to take out 6, and we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I think I am going to disable the speaker. I've got headphones. It has a headphone jack. I haven't tested the Miyoo devices with Bluetooth. I'm not sure if they work or not. But, yeah. I do know they work with wired headphones, and I've got a ton of those. These screws are really, really small. You know what? We're going to go face down on this and just keep it low and go slow. Low and slow, as they say. So much easier. Look at that. And then again, we're going to keep them oriented in how we have this face down, just to make sure that we're not working with different size screws. Yeah. Yeah, you know, stuff happens. And like I was saying to somebody, my friend, the Guh, on Twitter, I was telling him, like, hey, or them, I don't know what they are. I never really thought to ask. But I was talking with them about mistakes that I've made in tech, in PC building. And it's like, if I made the mistake and you can learn from it, then I feel like, hey, you know, at least there's a positive there. I'd rather make a mistake here. That's why I do these streams. You know, I like to do this stuff because doing it with people makes me more likely to do it. That's an ADHD executive dysfunction thing. Great coping skill, by the way. But if I make a mistake, it's not the end of the world for me. Those are in there deep. I need to get a different screwdriver. But yeah, if I can make a mistake and save you from making one, cool. I need to find a very skinny Phillips screwdriver. I wonder if the kit that my wife gave me has one. Get the memory card kind of out of the way. Let's see how skinny these heads are. Are they enough? Just barely. Cool. Love it. This is why we come prepared. Beautiful. Ooh, not quite out. So the screw depths are very different. Oh, it is out. These are just not magnetic. Ooh. This is coming loose very easily. I like that. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to use the magnet. I think it might be out enough to reach. Yeah, there it is. Okay. These all look like the same screws, I think. Yeah, these are all the same screws. All plastic tappers, of course. We have clips again, but the bottom is nice and loose. So that is an advantage for us. Ooh, you know what? I think it's just coming apart. Heck yeah. Cool. Since the screws are all the same, I'm going to group them together and get them out of the way. Cool. We've lost our volume buttons, but that's because I was pulling this thing apart. Wow, look at that. Love it. Love to see it. That just comes right apart. Okay. And it looks like the board was just held in by friction here as well. Oh, there's some little plastic clips holding it in. I like this. This is a really nice, simple, to the point construction. I can appreciate this. I bet if I just push on the D-pad enough, I can pop the board out. Not quite, not quite. I don't see any other screws, though. So I think it's just a matter of trying to pry this out from the right angle, and I'm trying to figure out where that is. Because I really don't want to break these clips. What I'm going to try is I'm going to try pushing on the side, or not pushing, pulling on the sides of the device and pushing on the buttons and seeing if I can just weaken the plastic enough to let it give some give. I don't want to put any pressure on the surface-mounted board components. That's in there really tight. Okay. So it looks like it's not clipped at the top. We'll do a little bit of a pry from the top then. We'll see how that works. I see... That looks like a grabby spot, but it isn't. Let's try here. We're learning as we go. We're learning together. All right, all right. Dang, that's in there good. This cable's tight, but not super tight. I don't know if we're going to have to take that off or not. Genuinely, I'm surprised at how surprisingly well built this is. Just making sure I'm not missing anything here. Does the board shift at all? Oh, it's a thinner board. It might not look like it, but it has some give to it. So actually, I might be able to peel it out with my nail up top here. All right, we're going to do some counter forces and see if we can shimmy a little. I'm pushing in with my index and pulling away with my thumb. Feel it moving. What I'm afraid of is the release of tension when it finally does give, and shooting the board just like across the room with like a really powerful snap kind of a thing. Have you ever seen somebody like snap a card? Like that kind of a thing. I'm putting a lot of force into this. But if you see there, the board is just barely moving out of the shell up there. Again, you don't want to twist it too much, but a little's not going to hurt. I do have spudgers, but it's so complicated the way this is looking here. I don't want to put weird force on this. I'll try sticking the pick in there, see if I can get around the clip maybe. Hey. Thank you for the suggestion. I didn't want to do that, but hey, that seems to be working. Seems to be working. It's just really, really tightly in there. Cool, we're out. I still got to get it over this post here. Okay, so again, for the newbies, if you have posts that go through the board, there's a lot of friction on the board and those posts, and sometimes it will feel like it's stuck. What you can do here is you can shimmy the board as best you can, brace it with this side, find a spot where you can get a good grab on the board up on the other side, and kind of just shimmy very, very slightly side to side, and pull the board kind of up over the post. Because I don't want to have this get in the way, I am actually going to take off the display ribbon. I don't want to risk it. I realize how tightly packed this is. I just don't want to risk it. Okay, so the display ribbon is out. That also gives me some extra leverage because now I got another place to grab. We're going to grab both. Again, we're going to just lightly shimmy, shimmy, shimmy because all that's stuck right now is that top post. That screw post right there. See, we're mostly out. Another thing too with these posts is you want to make sure the board is as flat as it is as you're lifting it up, because if you turn it crooked too much, you can snap the post off. You don't want to do that. So I'm trying my best to try to keep this board as flat as possible. Okay, one of the buttons came out. We're on the right track. Come on, come on. I also really, really hate snapping a board back into place. Come on. It's almost out. It's almost out. It's so loose right now. Cool, we're out. We did it. Gnarly. Just out of curiosity, I'm looking here. Interesting. I guess I never knew that they were using a star. Oh no, the speaker is press fit, so the contacts press onto these pads and make the speaker work. So in order to remove the speaker, I physically have to remove the speaker. Or one of the tabs, and that's not reversible, so we're going to remove the speaker. If possible. I don't know if it's glued in there or not. Okay, so we're gonna see what we can do with these ceramic tweezies. See if we can get it to budge at all. Oh no, that's in there good. You know what? We might not be able to do that after all. I don't want to do anything that's irreversible. That's funny. There's a hair in here and it's not mine. Gotta love it. Okay. Buttons time. So what I've decided I'm going to do here is I am actually going to be doing not a full button swap because I do like the OG button colors. I'm going to just do A and B on this one. I will link various underscore RB1's Twitter in the description of this. I did also link him in, what's it called? A post about this recently, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Oh, that's a tiny little rumble motor. Okay, we got buttons popping out left and right here. We got choices, choices, choices. All right, so we want A and B, so that's this and this. Pop this membrane up. And we're just gonna pop, oh, these are just loosely in there, huh? That's funny. I love it. Okay, I don't think these are labeled. No, they're not. It would be funny if they were because they rotate. They're just loose. There's no keying. All right, so A and B are going to be gold and see-through. Oh God, I thought I lost the membrane. Whew. Come on, Sad, pay attention. All right, luckily that goes right back in. We're gonna do the D-pad as well. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Do I want A and B to be gold? Or do I want A and B to be purple? Let's see how it looks. Let's swap out the D-pad first. This new one, which I do like. Again, it's got a thicker post than the stock does, which it's hard to see. It's ever so slightly thicker. That should change the way it feels a little bit. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world or anything. Let's take a look at how that looks. And keep in mind, it's going to have that blue board behind it too, so it's going to change the color a little bit. Oh, I think I want to go the other way. I'm going to go A and B purple, and then X and Y are going to be the other, yeah. Do 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 do. All right. So this is my first handheld button mod. I've done some other kinds of mods, but never a handheld button mod. I like that better. That it looks a little bit more copacetic, for lack of a better term. And now I need to decide how many other buttons am I swapping out here. Am I keeping the start and select? Okay, cool. These are not keyed. They seem to be the same button. That's not the right one. This is the right one. Am I going with the gold down here? Or am I staying with the black? I think the function button is going to stay black. I don't know why, but I kind of like that. Oop, get back in there. Okay, stay. Let's try the black buttons. It'd be kind of funny if I only ended up swapping out the D-pad and those two buttons, huh? Okay, so throw this in there and these. All right. You know what? I kind of like that too. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm keeping the face buttons the same way, but what do you think about the start and select? What are you sold on? Do you have a preference? I am going to be changing the power button because I like the gold on the power. Oh, I forgot how it was oriented. I think it was like this. Yeah. And I'm going to be changing the volume. Fun multicolor buttons. You like the black ones too then, or nah? Yeah, I like the fun though. I do like having options, colors, choices. I'm leaning towards this being the final button layout. I want to show, but I feel like it'll be a problem. Yeah, I think I like it. I can't really show you until I put it all together again. Is there really not a way to take that speaker out without breaking it? It's really in there. You know what? It's fine. I'll deal with it. It's fine. Okay. Cool. Well, I like it like this. And it seems like I'm not the only one. So let me make sure my membranes are all where they don't need to be. It looks like it. Looking good. Let's try to get this board back in without making that loud, snappy noise. I was just going in nicely. Come on. I hate the loud snapping noises when the posts go through the plastic. Or sorry, when the plastic posts go through the board. I hate that sound so much. It makes me feel like I broke something. I think that one's actually okay. I think it'll friction fit itself in. This top, there we go. That one's in. Is there something I'm missing here? Oh, yes. Aha. Okay, so it seems that the little nubbin from the power button was slightly in the way. Trying to place this in and then pop this on. I'm not 100% sure that this power button will fit in properly. It seems like it might have been printed a little bit off, and I'll show you what I mean real quick. Yeah, I think it might have broken at some point. And again, it's shaped very similarly to the original, but if you look closely here, thank you. It's really, really hard to tell. But there's more edge on one side of this button than the other. They're all kind of cracked, to be honest, which is unfortunate. Not all, but like both the original power button and the replacement one. It has a diagonal edge there that I don't think it's supposed to have. But this edge is ever so slightly shorter than the one that was in there. It's really, really hard. The camera does not want to focus on that. Okay. As long as it stays in, I don't really care, but will it stay in is the question. Also, I need it to get all the way in over here. It's not quite in on one of these posts. Get in there. No, you're fine, you're fine. All right. Come on, get in there. It's all lined up properly. It's just not past the clips yet. I didn't think about how to put it back in. All right, so before I start mashing on this a hell of a lot more, I want to make sure that everything's lined up properly one more time. Just double check my work here. Yeah, membranes are down. Seems to be good. Nothing got like magnetized to this or anything. Okay. So we can put those other buttons in later. Why did I start with that side? I want to start with this side. This is the more challenging side. So if you start with this side here, you can line it in kind of underneath the clips a little bit better. Now that one's in. Oh, this is going to be rough. See if I can use this to get in and under. So Retro Fun Tech, have you done button mods like this before? I haven't actually seen, I haven't looked on your channel for button mods. I try to watch everybody's content, but there's so many creators in this space. I love it. Everyone's so nice, but there's so many. You want to be careful of white plastic where it wasn't white before, because that's a sign of the plastic weakening. It's almost in. Okay, we're just gonna clench our teeth, not look at it. Oh, the 556, huh? Yeah, the 556 I don't have yet. I want one, but I don't know. I just picked up the Odin 2 Mini, and I don't think that getting the 556 is going to really make that much sense at this point. Monetarily, mostly. I do want a 5.56 though. I think they're really neat. I also kind of want a 40XXH, but that's definitely like a don't need it kind of purchase. That's a why not. Yeah, the Odin 2 Mini is nice. I don't know if you've seen my collection, but I've gotten quite a few over the last couple of months. Got 2 Steam Decks. We're making progress here, by the way. Got 2 Steam Decks. Got the Odin 2 Mini, Retroid Pocket 4, 405V. All of the H700 chips except for the 28XX and the 40XX H. Now I got the Miyoo Mini to add to my collection here as well. This is almost going in. Come on. Pass that clip. Do it. I really do like the Odin 2 Mini though. I'm surprised how much I like it. I thought it was maybe a bit of a gimmick. People were making me worried about the vignetting. It's not that bad. It is there. What's funnier though is that I was taking pictures of it while I was out at the beach trying to show how bright the screen gets. And I noticed that the mini LED screen on that thing does not play nice with my camera. It has some gnarly banding. I don't know if this is rigid enough to get in there. Come on. Oh, we're almost there. Ah, there we go. Cool. Cool. I think we're past all the clips. But we're on one clip. Okay, we're going to get in there. Okay, we're in. We're in. Just to show you how confident I am, we're in. Cool. Yeah, I like this. It's a little bit funky looking, but not in a bad way. Oh, it's crazy how much higher the old buttons are than the new ones. That's going to be hard to show. Let me see if I can get a better lighting here. It's the distortion of the top down of this 3D camera. Not 3D, this 360 camera. Yeah, I got it's the Sony ZV-1F, the more budget one. It was on sale for $400. I couldn't pass it up. I've got a Brio here. Hello. A Insta360 Link 4K whatever webcam, and they're great. I love these. But yeah, finally got myself like a real camera. And I wonder actually, sorry for the tangent, but we're here. Yeah, the ZV-1F, I do like it. It's not giving me any issues yet. It just turns out that, you know, when you buy a new camera, you're like, okay, well now I got to get a case and a screen protector and a grip and a freaking all this stuff. I think I even have like a new stand for it. I'm going to get some quick release mounts for it and all that fun stuff. So let's see, does this camera do it? No, you can see this camera fine here. But I'll see if I can show you what I mean very quickly. I wonder if the camera is going to pick up the other camera doing things. I wonder if it was just because it was super sunny outside, because this isn't picking up at all. I wonder if I switch it over to video mode. Ah, yeah, a little bit. Okay, so let me move this pile of awesome little buttons over here, and I'll show you what I mean. So if you look closely at the viewfinder, you'll notice there's some warbling lines. It was very easy to pick up. I don't know what that's called, but I was taking pictures of it just to show how it looked in the sun, and I noticed that none of the pictures were usable. Oh, you know what? I think I still have them on here. I might have deleted them because I didn't like them, but I did. That's all good. But anyway, you get the point. It's like, oh well. Lens cap is here. Yeah, it's my first real camera, and I'm excited about it. I do quite enjoy it. I love this thing. It's a hell of an investment, but this is fantastic. All right, so right, buttons. Who's got the buttons? So let's see then if this will stay in or if it might stay in. Just barely. Oh, well, if it falls out, I can just put it back in. Yeah, it's I think it's a mini LED screen. Just it's got to be an FPS issue. Not an FPS issue. What am I saying? I don't want to get too super into it because I feel like I will jump down a rabbit hole. But like how a TN and a VA panel use slightly different tech to do the same basic thing, I think it's a similar kind of a situation where it's just the actual tech itself is, yeah. Oh, you don't have a Steam Deck yet. No, you gotta get a Steam Deck. You gotta. Even an LCD is worth it. These are not moving, so these are fine. Actually, the height difference is actually kind of nice. That makes you know for sure which buttons you're supposed to be pressing. Ooh, you know what? I like the feel of these better than these. Yeah, no, and so I'm that nutso. Oh God, my screen is just very fingerprinty. I've been doing a lot of actual gaming on this. I changed out the thermal pads and all that fun stuff. Ignore the fingerprints, please. I'm sorry. Yeah, the buttons are ever so slightly different heights. It's hard to show on camera, but I did backplate and thermal paste mod on the OLED. And unfortunately, my LCD is also collecting dust, but it also has the same backplate mod. And I did the same thermal paste mod. I really, really like these things. They're really nice. They're my main gaming thing. And I've got a fancy gaming computer right there, and I use Steam Decks mostly. I'm going to put Windows on the LCD. But yeah, there's... Oh, okay, that one is working. Oh, I just tried to press power, but the volume isn't quite like I want it. So let's come back to this. But yeah, I'll see if I can show you the buttons too while I'm in here. It's really, really hard. I do have a caliper, but I don't know how I would even show that. You know what? Hey, check this out. We have the buttons right here. The height difference is very, very different. Different. Very, very minimal, but it is different. I might swap the orientation. These feel better, though. They got a better texture to them. I don't know. I'm really torn on this one. You know what? I think it's fine. If it is a problem, I know how to fix it. So now I'm going to figure out why this is not depressing properly. Is it just not slid into the slot properly? Is that what I did? It's definitely user error, but what did I do is the question. There seems to be no give on the left here. Let's try flipping it over. Yeah, the Steam Deck was, I guess is, one of my favorite systems of all time. I don't think this just slots in particularly well in general. I don't think it's a... I don't think Various did anything wrong. I think it's just a funky fit. I'm gonna try the OG one again. See if it fits in fine, because if it fits in fine... You know what? Because that fits fine, I'm going to assume that there's just an ever so slight fit here. Oh yeah, the Steam Deck is gorgeous. I want an Ally X, not getting one. Not unless somebody gifts me one, but yeah. I don't have the time or energy to file these down, but it feels like these are just a little bit rough around the edges for some of this. Man, but it does look nice with the gold. Do I just find some sandpaper? Decisions. Yeah. Where did you, was it a friend? Was it another fellow creator or somebody I might know? You know what? I might be able to fix this without having to go anywhere. Oh, friend. It's still cool. I convinced, I think, 2 of my friends now to get Steam Decks. And one of them isn't much of a PC gamer at all, but they game more on the Steam Deck than the PC for the most part. The other one games a lot on PC, but for whatever reason just doesn't game on the Steam Deck very much. In fact, I think him and I both got the Steam Deck at the same time. In fact, I wonder, Dev, are you in here? I think you got yours, you might have pre-ordered yours right before me, but we found out we both got them at the same time. I don't know if I have the tools necessary to get in there, so you can't probably see it just because of, you know, lighting. Let me see if I can fix that. But this button has a little bit of a rough edge to it. Oh, that makes it way not... There's a little bit of a rough edge to it. It needs some filing. I don't care enough to do this. So we're going to get a real shuffling of buttons here. We're going to go with the OG, which is in there already. Cool. And then once this is closed up, I want to make sure that that button, that power button, won't just fall out. A little loose, but I don't think it's going to fall out. Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is. Cool. You know what? I like that. Power will be easy to find. Volume is easy to feel. Neither one of them stand out too much. Would have been nice to have that little splash of yellow there, but again, I don't want to get a file out and do this whole thing right now. Because I have one more console I need to mod. Alright, I'm going to start putting this sucker back together. Now we'll do a quick test. Yeah, the Steam Deck is awesome. I do recommend, if you're going to end up getting one, probably go and grab yourself one of the OG JSOX Steam Deck grips, because the new one, it's not as nice. It has a lip on it around the whole edge of the thing that doesn't quite, for lack of a better term, jive right. But it has some interferences with the thumb. And the kickstand on it is multi-positional, but it's also, it moves. If you move it at all, you'll have problems. It will fall. Not far, obviously, because, you know, it's a kickstand, you're on a tail or something, but it's more likely to slip and fall, and they're the same price. Before they get rid of the old model, I would say try to get your hands on one of the, before they get rid of, the old one, try to get your hands on an old one. I do think it's worth it to have if you're going to get a grip at all. Yeah. Quite happy with their stuff overall. JSOX, I mean, and Valve, of course. All right. All right. There's the battery. We're going to plug this sucker in. I don't remember the orientation, but it has to go in this way. Can only physically fit in one way with this, which is nice. It means it's keyed properly. Or keyed well, I suppose. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can push this in with my little ceramic dealio here. Nice. Slotted right on in. I believe this just fits in like this. Close up that battery pack. Yeah, no worries. I bought both thinking I was going to like the new one. And I even recommended it to a friend, and I feel kind of bad about it because it wasn't until later that I realized that I really don't like the new one nearly as much. It interfered with... Why am I doing that? I'm taking the screen protector off. In a moment, though. Moment of truth. Power is on. But yeah, if you didn't know, the way to fix the PWM buzz issue on this is to turn the volume to a 9 or a 10 and then turn the luminance down. It's not a perfect fix, but it mostly works great. Did I put the wrong card in? It doesn't usually take this long to boot. We got power, though. I didn't mess with the board at all. Give it a sec. Oh! I'm an idiot. You know what I didn't put in? You know what cable you need to have display? Okay, I'll be a little bit nicer to myself. I'm not an idiot. Out of sight, out of mind. I was not paying attention. Luckily, this case comes off so easy. I'm gonna see if I can take it off and leave the battery in there. It is magnetic. It's just really, really light. Oh, no, I can't because there's 2 screws under the... It's always something. It's like with setting up streams. Back in the day when I would start streaming, I would always forget something. I'd forget music, or I'd forget to check my volume levels ahead of time, or something. I'd always forget a little something. So, I mean, this goes about par for the course. But it was never like a bunch. It was always one thing, and usually the same thing. So let's see if I can work around this cable here and not have to unplug that again. I'm giving myself more work than I need to. I'm just going to unplug it. When the easy solution is the harder solution. Come on, get out of there. Now the black pin's coming loose. What I really don't want to have happen is I pull the both pins out and then the housing is still in. I really don't want that. There it is. All right, again, we're just gonna double check. Make sure these pins are all the way in. They are. Lovely. All right, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Oh man, I tucked it too. Look at that. All right, we'll get this out of there. Oh no, is it pinched? I don't want to put that much force on it. Crap. Okay. Not the end of the world. It's just annoying. I gotta actually take at least this top left out. I thought it was clear. You know what? It's got a lot of give in there. Maybe I can get this out. I'm gonna go get a toothpick though. I'll be right back. All right. So before we go nutso here, there's a lot of length on this. Woo. Wow, there's a lot of force on there. I'm going to try see if I can just slide it out. I always wanted to be an engineer. It's too lazy. And it's not even about the job, it's about the school. You don't want to put unnecessary force on this. You don't want to do anything sharp either. Okay. So, theoretically, If I can get the right leverage on this, I can just pull both sides of this toothpick and it'll come right out. And hopefully not catch on anything. Hey, victory. Look at that, pop. We Gucci. All right, let's pop the, come on, now it's getting under my nail. Little flag goes up. Pop this little ribbon cable in. Eventually I want to get into like micro soldering and such, but we'll see if that ever happens. If I ever have the patience for that. I do hate ribbon cables though. I think we're in. Now we're in. Clippity clip. Cool, we good. All right. Yellow power. Volume up. I want to fix that. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, and look at that. I pulled it out with the memory card in, but they have it cut out perfectly so it's not going to mess my stuff up. Look at that. Gotta love it. Little victories. Little victories. Little Victor Y. Stream's taking a little longer than I thought it would, but it's okay. What are we at right now? Oh, we're not even at 2 hours yet. Not bad for an unboxing and 2 button mods. 1 more button mod to come. And I got the Odin 2 mini dock in. I'm not gonna mess with it today, but I wanted to see if it would just work with the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro, which I believe it will, but I have not tested it yet. But I wanted to do a quick unboxing of that too while I was here. Figured why not, right? This one's a little bit tight. What you doing there, bud? Changing the angle a little bit. There we go. Okay. The good news about these little systems here is that if you do mess something up, generally speaking, you're spending less than $100 to get it fixed. It's out of stock already? Are you kidding me? It's because it's so affordable. That's funny. But yeah, I got the Odin 2 dock because it works with the Odin 2 Mini, and I think I heard that it works with something else too. I'm going to be doing a video where I even test it. I'm going to test it on everything that I have that could possibly fit. Even if it doesn't look nice while it's fitting. I also have the Ivanki Steam Deck dock, and I kind of wanted to mess with that a little bit as well. But that seems to play nice more with PC stuff. Because it doesn't even play nice with my Android stuff. You know, I might as well use that toothpick since I got it here. You know what? This is not playing nice here either. Let's change the angle up. There we go. We're in. All right. I thought we were in. That's crazy that it's out of stock already. You know, if we have enough time, I might mess with it on stream. We'll see. I think I can just plug and play and have it go and do its thing. Okay, so. Hey, look at that. Another victory. We're going to pull the screen protector off. Hey, look at that. Yeah, these on a roundish screen, it's just a little obnoxious. But yeah. It's a little bit louder than I remember, but it feels good. probably fix that with a little bit of foam or maybe a thick layer of tape or something. It's not something that I would be worried about too much. But yeah, so to get into... I'm going to show you my Wi-Fi. Ooh, it actually shows my full-on IP address right there. Oh, yeah. So, oh, well, I showed some of it. Damn it. Well, 10 out of 10. Don't do again. But if you go to this, and then luminance down to 0, it doesn't buzz, and it doesn't get obscenely bright, like if you had the luminance up all the way. In fact, actually, you can even go, not 0, but... This is your new brightness slider, essentially. I'm going to set it to... It's just so bright. I like to play it darkish, so I'm going to keep it at low. It looks better in person. You do see the bricks. It's just... Yeah. It works kind of like a brightness slider. It's not quite the same, but it works. Yeah, I was inspired. I'm going to have to go back and blur that. I don't want people seeing my IP. It is what it is. Okay. And then final. This one is the one I'm the least worried about. I haven't barely touched the 35XX Plus since I got it. I was very annoyed by the squeaky battery door. So that was a limiting factor, which is why I have 2 of them. So they sent me more, which is cool, but it is what it is. I don't think I have any special mods on this at all. Oh, right. This is Hex. So, actually, I think I have... You know what I do? I don't know where they are. I bury my stuff under my other stuff. That's all good. We're going to use one of these. Oh, why am I going in there? Okay. It's a it's a hex. Here's my hexes. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah. The buttons are very rattly on this. I was 1 off. These are in there really good. Jeez. Ugh, okay. Yeah, it was 1 off. Okay. I really do love this music, though. I know it's generic as heck, but it makes me happy. Thank you very much, Eris Heller. You know what? I should probably also take off this battery pack. I don't know if there's screws under this plate or not. I don't remember. I'm going to probably replace the whole back, honestly, because the other back that they sent is actually slightly more stable than this one. This one has a little bit of give to it. Oh, I just pulled it off, of course, but this one has slightly more give to it than the other one. No spicy pillow. Happy with that. Oh, that's stuck in there? No, please don't be. We'll find out. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Harris Heller makes some really, really good music. Yeah, this is all the arcade album that I've got going on random, or shuffle. I think it's the arcade album. I'll tell you in just a second. I believe it is, though. Yeah, the arcade album that's in the chiptune set. Yeah, but I really like it. I've been using them for... Oh god, I think it's been like a year and a half now. Yeah, big fan. It's just vibey. Exactly. It's funny, I was watching a video for... These are all the same. Lucky. That was really on there. Look at this. Oh, that almost came off with it. Never mind. But I was watching a video for, I think it was a guitar review or something, and I noticed that they were rocking a song that not only did I know it was a Harris Heller song, I actually knew the specific song. I was like, oh, Dual Screen Love Life, I love that song. We had a little moment, it was fun. Okay, so... I did pull the memory card out. Yeah, where did I stuff that? Did I just lose it that quickly? It's around here somewhere. I know I pulled it out. That's the most... No, it's right over here on my left. Okay. So this does maybe have clips. I don't know if there's something under the battery or not. You know what? I'm glad I kept this toothpick close. You never want to. Was it Woodhawker or was it... I think it was Woodhawker, beat 'em ups. He pried a battery out with a metal tool, and it was very angry at him. I'll put it that way. I'm going to see if I can get in under the corners to see if it will give at all. Hey, look at that. It's moving. It's not stuck. Look at that. This is actually kind of a bit of an optical illusion here. This is nauseating me right now. There are no screws under here, though. Was this on or was this in sleep? Or sorry, off or in sleep. It looks off. Okay, cool. We're gonna do the same thing as we did with the other ones. This one's coming out a little bit easier, I think. Yeah, no, never, never. Even the toothpick I'm nervous about. I put very, very little force. I just wanted to see if it would move. And it did, luckily, but yeah. God. Yeah, no, he popped the battery and it was... oh, man. It wigged me out. Come on, come on. Yeah, I think... There it is. In pulling this out, I used... I don't remember what I used. But I slid under it. Your spudger? What kind of spudger do you use? Is it like, Oh, I guess mine's a metal one, but I use this to get that battery out. But again, I slid under it and I was very careful. I think all my spudgers are metal. So I need to get a different spudger for this specifically. Some polymer of sorts. Right, lucky, these screws are all the same size. I don't feel much give, but that's kind of good. I wonder if this other connect... Oh, that's a speaker, haha. You know, I probably should have prepared by watching a teardown of any of these, but I wouldn't have remembered it anyway. I know me. I'm so ADHD, it's insane. This is really, really, like, tight on there. I'm impressed. Okay. Making sure I didn't miss anything. I don't want to like rip a screw apart or something because I've done that a lot actually. I don't see anything. So yeah, we're going to start going with these little baby boys and see if I can get in there. Start from the bottom. Hey, look at that. Easy, easy. Cracked right in. Cool. Not enough give yet, but we're getting there. I don't think this is using traditional clips either. Oh, no, it is. I heard them come out. They're just really, really well built on these. You know what? I'm realizing that the issue I had with clips was on the POW Kitty, which are notoriously cheaply made devices. Yeah, no clip damage on this at all. Yeah, they're fine. Cool. I am going to swap out the back. I do have iFixit kits, but I actually prefer the ones that I got from my wife. This is a Quinn kit. I prefer this just because of the form factor of it rolling out like this. The way that it's packed in like this, it even has an anti-static strip up there. It's got all that pick storage up in there. A couple more tools than the iFixit kits that I had. And it was like $35. Don't mark me on that. But it was around there. Whereas I think the iFixit one was more expensive. It got to the point where I gave away 2 or 3 of my iFixit kits because I just wasn't using them, because this Quinn kit it comes in handy. It's very, very similar. Yeah, very, very similar. She works at Harbor Freight, so just, for a disclaimer, but it was a gift from her to me, and she never asked me to say anything about it. I really do like it. Okay, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 screws here. I don't know if these are going to be relevant or not. That's a really well-designed heat shield looking thing, too. I think they built this really well. It's a shame that I don't like it more than I do. Maybe it'll grow on me. Damn it, that would have looked really cool if you could see what I was doing. Okay, make sure it's set to stun. You set it to kill when you're tightening, set it to stun when you're loosening. Okay. I realize I never clarified that for y'all. Red spudger? Yeah, will do. I really hope this doesn't remove the heat shield. I don't think it will. These seem like longer screws. Okay, yeah, they are. Okay. I think these are board screws. It's interesting that they're not screwed in at the top. I'm really hoping that what this means is that it's not clipped in at the bottom because it's screwed in at the bottom, and it's only clipped in at the top, and that we're going to just have this slide right out when we get all the screws out. That's my hope. Yeah. Hey, Miss J, are you still in chat? I don't think she is. She usually tends to go do her own thing after a certain point. But, yeah. I'll try to remember, because that does sound nice. These are the same screws. Hooray. Little victories. Yeah, Harbor Freight's been kind of a godsend. Every time that we need a little something, they just happen to have it, and it's usually under 15 bucks. There's a lot of plastic residue coming up from these. I don't like that. Bit of a shame. Cool. I felt a pressure release. I'm double checking for screws. I don't see any. Yeah, I don't see any. So again, I'm going to test my Oh, it is what I think it is. I love that. Okay, that being said, though, I do have to unplug the speaker here. Please remind me to put the speaker back in. No, you're fine. You're fine. People don't chat all that often. I have a couple people who sit and love to lurk. A couple close friends, actually, who just sit and lurk. They just love the sound of my voice. Which, I mean, it is what it is. It's all good. It's nice to catch up and, to meet you and talk with you. All that fun stuff. They'll be around. They'll talk. It's funny, when I was doing the Steam Deck streams, when I got that thing, I guess I was like the first person to have one. But I went from never having anyone in my streams to like 70, 80 people all of a sudden. It was just kind of bonkers. Okay, we're going to take that display cable out too. It's going to be a pain to slot back in though, but... Can I work around it? No, I'll put weird tension on it. It's fine. That's just going to be so annoying to put back. Oh man, I'm already regretting this. Come on. If it's a pain to take out, it's going to be a pain to put back. Whatever. Do what must be done. Oh, hey. I wonder if that's grounding. I think it is. Yeah, it was nuts, because like I'm used to having like at most like 12. Usually it's about 6. But yeah, for whatever reason, there was like 80 people and it was like nonstop conversation. It was crazy. Not at all what I was ready for, but it was fun. I had a good time with it. All right, so on this set, we're going to be replacing all of the buttons. Every single one is getting a new set of these glow-in-the-dark buttons. I just think they look cool. I think they're going to feel nice, and hopefully it will help with the rattle a little bit. We shall see. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Taking notes. Okay, so there's 2 buttons up here, 1 over here, and then all the rest is face buttons. Cool. But yeah, it was like, what's even funnier about the Steam Deck OLED is when I got the OLED in, I kind of noticed that it was shipped, but I was camping while I was out. It was actually sitting at my house for a day, and nobody had done any content, and people hadn't gotten theirs for like another week or 2 after I got mine. I don't know what happened. They said it would take 2 weeks to get here, and it showed up in 2 days. Oh, my sternum popped. Did you hear that? Okay, we're gonna go... Ooh, I do like these, though. What just fell out? Got the start button just came out. Oh, that's got an individual membrane on it. That's a new one. Okay, so I think this is this. Yeah, it must be. That's a tight squeeze. Okay, so there's a teeny little hole right there, and then this membrane nub. And I believe this is the right button, but... yeah, that's a tight squeeze. Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be fine. I will mess with that more later on. Okay, we're going to go with the D-pad next. Keep the orientation relatively the same. And I'm wondering if the trend is going to stay. Yeah, so look here. The post for the OG is way thinner than the post for the other. Cool. I have heard, the reason why I went with various buttons is I heard that they... Well, that's odd. That's totally blown out white plastic right there. But the other 4 posts are fine, and I just loosened that one. Weird. Good to know. But, yeah, I think these are going to maybe rattle less. I heard that the D-pads that he makes are really good, actually. It's my first experience with them all. Let's do these. Okay, these are not marked. Go 1. Oop, almost just missed the hole. And then the other. Cool. Membrane back on. Yeah, this one's also busted through. That's weird. I wonder if it's like part of the manufacture process, or if I did something I didn't realize I did. Don't know. Weird. Okay. So, face buttons. These do have markings on them. We're going to do these one at a time so I can keep track of which one's which. This is Y. I was kind of debating on doing that whole 50-50 swap on this one as well, but we'll take a quick look at it to see what it looks like before we do it. This is the X button. This is the X button. So these ones are keyed, so they only go in a certain way, but they seem to be that you can swap them X, A, B, X, Y, whatever. Let's see how this looks as is first. Not as is, but like this. I don't know if I like ketchup and mustard like that. Let's try it the other way. Give it a look, and then If I like them just all glow in the darky, we'll go all glow in the darky. Why? Did I put those in the right orientation? Oh no, that one's not even in the right orientation. I think I did. I did not. This is why we do things like in a specific way. That looks right. Okay, let's try swapping out the A. Yup. And then the B. B. Let's see how that looks. The reason why I'm swapping out just the A and B on some of these, or at least, you know, thinking about it, is because A and B is what these systems would have had. You know, old Game Boy just had A, B, no X, Y. That looks a little lopsided, though. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I like it on this one. That's fine. That's okay. We're going to go as intended with this one. Which way? Oh, I see. Which way do you want to go? She chose down. She chose down? Sorry, I'll stop. That was dumb. Oh, my ADHD. I wonder if these don't quite fit in right due to... what's it called? Manufacturing differences. I might keep the function button black if I can't get that to seat right. So it seats fine with this. Let's give it a look just to see it doesn't, make sure it doesn't look completely out of place. You know, that looks fine. And it seats fine. I think I'm gonna have to do it like this for that because that's just not sitting quite right. Then yeah, all that's left is the power buttons, which are all the way over here. And they're not going in just yet, but they go in over here. And then the volume buttons. So yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna leave that like that just because, like I said, the hole on this is just a little bit too small. I'm gonna try real hard just to shove it in there, and we'll see what we get. Do it like a little twisty maneuver. Oh, hey, that worked. So twisting it onto it did the trick. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna go all glow in the darky, which I can get behind. Hey, we learn together. Slot that sucker in there. So, as you can maybe see, I'm trying to slot the display cable through that little slot hole. Ta-da. Then line up that HDMI. And before I slam that down, bring that speaker cable around. And I believe that's everything that needed to come through. I think the buttons can be put on now. Cool. So we're going to slide in the display ribbon. I think we're good. Again, toothpick. I'm going to push in just a little bit from the back here. Not a whole ton of force, but enough to make sure that it's slid in. Make sure it's lined up. Looks like it is. Cool. Okay, we're gonna clip this down. We'll know very quickly if that works or not. I'm gonna slot in the speaker. Nice and easy. Love to see it. All right. Power and reset are in. These buttons are way better shape than, for whatever reason, this one was. That's fine though. I'm kind of glad that my least favorite system has the worst buttons. Makes me feel a little bit better about everything. And then these were all Philips, yeah? Hey, look at that. All right, set to kill. Cool. We start screwing these suckers back in. I don't need 3 of you at once, guys. Come on. Just one. One will do. Look at that. Look at that control. By the way, this is the LTT screwdriver, if you were curious. I quite like it. This is the stubby, obviously, not the full-size one. I do have the full-size one as well. I'm not necessarily a shill, but I do think they make good products. From what I've tried, I've had really good luck with their products. Oh, this is, I think, the song I was telling you about. This, oh, the Wolfsbane, sorry. I was not paying attention. So I don't have time to do the testing of the dock necessarily. I might be able to do a quick, like, hey, does it work? But I won't be able to do more than that. We'll see. What time is it right now? 9:03 my time? We'll see what we can do. And I kind of wish we could get like plastic screwdrivers too for dealing with boards. Or like a really stiff rubber or something. You know what? I don't like saying the words stiff and rubber in the same sentence. I regret that. Just didn't roll off the tongue quite right. These look to be the type of screw holes that are capacitive because they're metal there, but it might just be bare because, I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't think it matters. I do think it's crazy that Apple is such a big fan of doing that kind of a thing. Of course, I bumped my hand. All right, so everything is connected. We're going to swap over to the new back plate. And I'm going to set it to stun. Right. Give me replacement screws for something. I don't know what. But whatever. Not relevant to this project. Seem to line up quite nicely. Seems to fit in all nice and good. It's not exactly a perfect shell fit, actually. Oh, it's pretty close. It's interesting. The shell colors are... Oh, you can't even tell. It's ever so slightly different. And then this top lines up just ever so slightly off. Not problematic, but just making notes. Their manufacturing is really close to great. All right. It's great adjacent. Get in there. Okay, fine, don't get in there. Okay, one, not all the way tight. Two, woo. Oh, that went right on almost. That would have been cool. Little victories, right? I swear, these shoulder buttons are looser than the others. Do you see that rattle? They might be. We'll see what happens when they're all tightened down. This is why we have so many, because none of them are perfect. Steam Deck is pretty close, it's just a little too big. I wish they had a Steam Deck Lite. That would make me very happy. Ooh, we just got a glimpse of the buttons, they look good. I'm gonna dim the lights, and we'll do a little test of the glow before we move on to the next and final thing. Assuming this works, of course. Come on, hey. I don't know why it wouldn't work, but hey, you know, I've been surprised before. But hey, you know what? Look at me. 3 mods in 1 stream. Cool. It's in... I think it just sits in like this, or was it in... it was like this. It was like this. Okay, so the cable looks like it goes across the bottom. And then pressed in, and then... battery pack. Set to kill. All right, y'all, if you have any Google devices nearby, move them away, and I'm sorry. Oop, as I got my mic. Okay, Google, turn studio lights to 1%. This is so much better than the Analog Pocket Glow. That's nice. Oh, right, the button's over here. I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm not an idiot. I'm just very forgetful. Oh, I like that you can kind of see them through the shell a little bit. I'm really glad I went with glow in the dark on these. I like it. All right, so now let's put the card back in and make sure it still works. It should. Oh yeah, right, I forgot. You gotta hold this down for a while. And Burnick. Hey look, I got the display cable all the way in. Just for some comparison on just the glow quality, these are fantastic. I'll be right back. I don't have any modded OSs on this yet, but whatever. Or either of these, actually. I do actually did mod some of this, but... Oh yeah, this is going to take forever. But I really like the glow on these buttons. There's something really nice about that. This, the Pocket, on the other hand, has like a speckly glow, which you probably can't even really see in this light. But it's like sparkly. I don't like how they did it. And it doesn't stay glowy for long. As you can tell, this is still kind of glowing. This, not so much. It's... let's just set it down there for a sec. You know, we'll count to 10, okay? Or 15? 1, 10, 15. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's already faded. Look how much longer the glow is lasting on this. Crazy, isn't it? Anyway, that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother thing. All right. And now, last but not least, so the face buttons do not jiggle at all on this. Ooh, and they feel good. Sorry, I realize this is on. The face buttons on this feel fantastic. The texture feels good. Okay, hold on. Again, if you have Google devices nearby, okay, Google. It didn't hear me this time. Okay, Google. Turn studio lights at 100%. Hey, lovely. Yeah, they feel really good. Ooh, that even looks cool from the side. You see the clear come through and you see the glow on the bottom. Makes me think that they're not going to fade out. But yeah, I like this. These feel nice. These feel great. Everything seems to work fine. Yeah. I might actually use this. I do think I need to figure out a way to stabilize these because... Come on, focus, focus. It's all dark. It's hard to focus. Okay, that's better. But you can probably see just how wibble wobbly these are. That's really bad. But when those are being held tight, nothing else really shakes. Okay, cool. Okay. Last but not least. I believe this is the correct box. I haven't actually opened this yet. I'd cut the tape, but yeah, this is it. Okay. I've got a lot of boxes in here. I also got one more thing I'll show you guys before I go do anything else. I messed up my screen protector application on the Odin Mini 2. Odin 2 Mini. 2 Odin, parentheses Mini. I messed up my application up. These are $6. I bought 2. While I was in the store, I figured, okay, neat. Let's grab this too while I'm there. There's also a very kind gift of a little bit of plastic bubble wrap. We all love popping these. I tried to keep a straight face, couldn't do it. But let's do a quick unboxing of this, and I got one more thing to unbox because we're here. There's my kniff. Okay, so zombie killer. Got the tape. Monitor, router, keyboard, U-disc, mouse. I don't think that's what they meant. Backwards compatible, 2K 1080p, up to 4K 60. Nice, nice, nice. That's actually really, really nice. 2 USB-A Gen 1, 5 gigabits. 2 USB-A. Oh, it's two 3.0s, 2 2.0s. Which is cool. I wonder if they say what they are on the device. No way. This has a freaking M.2 enclosure. Right? I have my speaker is, how do I say? You're not going to hear the bubble wrap. Unfortunately. Speaker, microphone. I can words. That's cool. I didn't even realize that this had an M.2 slot in this. What's really cool is I have a couple of M.2s. Wait, what was the spec on that M.2? It's NVMe PCIe. It's B and M keyed. I wonder what the speed is rated for. It says NVMe, not SATA, so I'm assuming it'll actually run up to like Gen 3 speeds. Oh, but it says SATA right there too. But I think it's just because it's compatible with. I bet it runs at 1,000 megabytes per second, no matter, well, not no matter what you put in there. If you put in a slower drive like a SATA drive, it'll run at SATA speeds. But, yeah. Does it come with any cables? I don't think so. This cardboard's packed in there really tight. Yeah, no, it's just that. Oh, get in there. Oh. Not your problem. Oh, and it's magnetic. I really like this dock. I bought this strictly on word of mouth. I saw and knew nothing about this. I heard people say it's good. I really like this. It's a nice strong magnet. Doesn't have any... Ooh, that's really stiff in there though, that post. There's not really any give to it. But that's okay. And it is marked. It is marked. I love that. So these are marked 3.0 on this side and 2.0 on this side. I love it. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. Nice rubber feet on it. So we got our Retroid Pocket 4. I'm not gonna... You know what? I can test it very briefly, but you're not gonna be able to see it because... Oh, you know what? Maybe you can. I don't think it's gonna need power to run. I don't think, because the Ivanki dock didn't. But I could do a quick test. I can verify that it actually loads up. But we're going to check the Retroid Pocket 4 real quick. Power it on. Oh, don't tell me it's dead. Shouldn't be dead. I haven't touched it in like a week. It's dead. Okay, we're going to get some power in there too then. Luckily, I also have that just right here ready to go. Power, it's dock. Little bit comfy because it's not resting on the backing on there at all. So I'm actually going to use a shim for some support. So with the Retroid Pocket 4, it's sitting on there fine, but it's not... it's like you're sitting it on, just resting on the USB-C, and it's not actually touching the back. It's not meant for this. You know what? I might actually put just a little bit more of a shim in there. We're going to use one of these screen protectors. Okay. We got vibration. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't wig out my whole system. Ooh, maybe it will. We'll find out. If I lose you, I'm sorry. Did my music stop? Oh no. I got through the whole album. We're gonna restart that one. One time. Hello, hello. Oh. It looks like the stream was only wanting to go for so long. We'll just restart again. What timing? Okay. Shuffle is on. Repeat is on. Did it reroute my audio? It may have rerouted my audio. Do you still hear sound? I'm not hearing any sound. Fun. Okay. What I'm going to do here is we're going to change my monitor's input. And if it wigs out, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Oh, you know what? You hear sound? Okay, I'm not getting any sound on my side. It must have just... That is what it is. Oh. Yeah, my controller is off. Weird. Glad it's still working. But yeah, I don't see anything showing up. Maybe it just doesn't have enough juice in it. Just checking my monitor and my secondary display here. Not my secondary display here, but my secondary display modes. So it should be an HDMI 2, and I'm not seeing it pop up there. What we can do to check real quick is we're going to pop this off, and I'm going to let it charge for a little bit. I might not have enough power going in there. But while we test the actual product I got this for, I heard that this is supposed to fit. Seems to fit. Cool. Okay, we're in. Is it showing up on? It is. Okay, so the Odin 2 works in the Odin dock. Bitchin'. Again, I'm not going to be able to fully test, but my monitor is showing there's an input coming in for HDMI 2. This just might be too dead. We'll see. How dead are you? It might just be too dead. I'm excited about this because I wanted to test a couple other devices too to see if they'd work. I wonder if this will fare better than the other dock did for my phone. I'm going to quickly check that too, just while we're here. I got a Samsung. It's a little very much used. You can see the smudges all over it from daily. I clean it constantly. But I'm going to see if my Note 20 Ultra will also show display while we're here. That's really nice. I can put I can like use this as a little computer. That's cool. It actually adds quite a bit of value to that for people who are really on a budget. Again, it's got that issue where it's not supported the best. Okay. But I think I need to take the case off. I don't think it's a long enough USB-C with the case on. A picture of me and my wife. Let's do that screen thing again. This should Samsung DeX. Connected to external display. Just to verify real quick. Yeah, so this shows up. Let's see, when I get this up to about 5% battery, when I get this up to about 5% battery, I'll try it again. In the meantime, I got one more thing that I'm gonna unbox. I don't imagine DeX would be a great experience with this, but it does give me something to test out in a future video. I got a whole rig over here for like dock testing type stuff. It's not ready for this stream. I didn't set it up. I got one more thing that came in that I was recommended by a couple of my friends for. Doesn't even fit in frame. Look at that. Not up above this like this. I need to make a little bit of space. Pardon me. Don't mind me. Put these lovely pics away. Oh, you know what? I'm also really zoomed in here. So let's go back out. Look at that mess. I tried to hide it from you guys. Really, really hard. Ugh. All right, so I'm gonna shove these pics back in, and then I will show you guys the new toy that I got. So I put these bits away, and the little mini spudgy. Other bit. Screwdriver, I think. Oh yeah, and then the tweezers. I don't need any of this stuff anymore. I'm really happy with how this stream is gone. Top of my magnetic cover here. Cool. And then I should have enough space here to do a quick unboxing of this. Let me get these buttons put away too, just because this is gonna get in the way. Da-da-da. Oh, come on. Of course, some of the buttons ended up on the other side of the bag. Lovely. Or the other side of the paper. It's all good. It is what it is. I know what they are. All right, and then finally, the rest of the buttons. Make sure I'm not... Oh no, I stuck the battery to my screen protect. Okay, throw these other buttons into the other bag. You don't want to get them all jumbled up because that might be hard to kind of figure out. I do want to find a way to fix the rattle for the buttons. I bet you Bob Wolf has a solution. Or either Bob Wolf, Aish, or Taki. Maybe not Taki. Taki would if he ever took a look at this thing. But these rattles, I don't know if he did or not. Bob Wolf probably has a mod for those. Anyway, so while this thing charges up just a little bit further, just set you down over here, actually. Just off screen. Yeah, Aish probably. he does seem to love this stuff too. In fact, I got something because of Aish recently. I wanted to be able to make, well, art, but also better thumbnails. So I figured this would help. TechDweeb recommended this to me, and I just saved it on my wish list for probably a good, like, oh, I don't know, 6 months? And then recently, it had been recommended to me by another 2 people, and I noticed it was on sale. So I decided to bite the bullet and just go for it. I've had a drawing tablet once before, but it was not very good. And I did not have a screen. This is a drawing tablet with a screen. This was definitely not a necessary purchase, but I was quite excited about it. I'm not doing a full, like, oh wow, it's got like a hinge on the box. Are you kidding? That's fancy. But yeah, hopefully this will help me kind of get into my creative whatever a little bit more. This is the XP Pen Artist 12, I think. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to take a look at it. I'm not going to plug it in because I think it needs some special, a couple different cables to go with it. But yeah, I think this will be nice. I think it comes with screen protectors. I hope they're already applied. That would make my life way easier. But yeah, we're not going to get too far into this. I just wanted to take a look at it and get it out of that plastic. Also came with a stand. We'll see. I might pick up art finally. I used to draw when I was a kid. We'll see if I can still do any of it. Yeah. Also came with this stand, which, you know, why not? Like a laptop stand, but meant for this. Yeah, it was on sale for like 188 bucks. So let's see what the percentage is on this little guy. 7% should be perfect. So, doo-doo-doo. Yeah, I know. A little bit of a pain to line up. So it registers it's on a thing. I'm sorry. I know. I don't even have any money. I'm unemployed. Don't live by my example. It is not a smart move. I got a credit card and they gave me a really high limit, and I figure I'll pay it back at some point. I did get odd jobs though. I do random odd jobs. Yeah, I'm not. Don't take that example from me. It's not smart. I'm gambling here. It is showing display now. Okay. So it does work. I do think you're gonna have to get like a little shim to shove in there, like what you say, like 15 pieces of paper worth. Is it dead? Don't tell me it's dead. It looks like it's dead. Oh, no, it's not dead. Okay, cool. Ooh. So you're going to want something that is roughly... that thick. Was it 2.27 millimeters? 2.28 millimeters? Yeah. Yeah, cool. Neat. It does work. This is cool. I like this. I like this a lot. Although I can tell you right now, the fan is kicking up on this already. In case you're curious. It's not super warm. It's Fahrenheit. Can you imagine? No, is it Fahrenheit? Yeah, Fahrenheit. Trying to get in the grill there, in the grate. No, it's not warm. It's just fans kicking on for some reason. Cool. Oh. Now let's see what happens. Just go straight into regular display. That's interesting. The fan kicked down almost immediately when I pulled it off of the dock. Very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. Love this thing with the grip. Retroid Pocket 4 with a grip. Fantastic. I don't really like it without. Just because we're here and I do have them handy, I will show you quickly how a drive would pop into this because it's really, really simple, and I know some people just don't know. You take one down. There's a Steam games on it. I don't need this one. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna zoom in again. Neat. First off, you pop it out of your old enclosure. Or whatever you had it in. So see how this is keyed? This is B key, I believe. This is an M key. This is a SATA drive. Doesn't really matter what you put in there. It looks like this is as simple as you pull the pin back and slide it in. Basically, you slide this in roughly, what is that, like a 15-degree angle? I don't need this to be plugged in anymore. In fact, that might cause some issues. You want to slide it in at an angle like that. Grab the little nub, pull it out of the way, slide it in, golden. Look at that, toolless. Close it all up. I like that. I like that a lot. PD charging, I forget what the internet was. Hold on. Does 100 watts of charging, that's cool. RJ45 up to gigabit. Neat. Very, very, very cool. And it does fit different size drives. So for example, let's say you took apart a Steam Deck and you just have one of those little 2280s, which I do have one. I'm not pulling it out of my little enclosure because that's a little bit more involved. But let's say you have something, this little nubbin will pop out. I don't know if you saw that or not, but you don't have to do what I did. You can pop it out. And then let's say it's a 2280 for like a Steam Deck or whatever. So you upgraded your storage. You just pop that sucker back in this other slot over here. It's a little bit harder to put in than I thought it was going to be, but you just pop it back into one of those little slots, and then you're set. You're golden. You're Gucci. I like this thing. I forgot what I paid for it. Wow, it's crazy. So much of the weight is in the top. These feel roughly the same weight to me. In fact, I think the top might be heavier. Why? Is it because the heatsink is in this? I don't have a scale in here, but... No, not heavier. Not heavier. But it gets dramatically, noticeably heavier when this gets attached. Like, I'm not doing this for dramatic effect. It feels dramatically heavier. That's really funny. Anyway, yeah. That'll be it for me for today. Thank you so much for joining. This has been fun. I'm really happy to have actually met you, RetroFunTech. It's been nice chatting with you. Thanks for coming in. I'm glad you did. I'll do a quick showing you of what we did. for anyone who might have missed the rest of the shenanigans. But, oh, that's the wrong one. Oops. We did. About my mic again, sorry about that. We did some button mods for 3 systems that I have been dragging my feet on for a long, long time. You know what? We don't need the grip on right now because that's just taking up more space in frame. We don't need more space in frame. Well, we need more space in frame. We don't need more stuff taking up space in frame. But yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm really glad that you showed up. It was fun. It was fun. Yes. So, get out of the way of the chat there. Hello, hello. Yeah, so I might swap these to the little yellow buttons on the outside here, but I kind of like this. There's something about this that I really like. We swapped these buttons and also the back plate. This was a, what's the word, one I picked up from Stubbs. His battery, his whatever. Buttons from various _ RB1. And then same from these. All the buttons are from him except for these 2. These are original. And these are original, but yeah. Yeah, that went well. That went lovely. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has been great. I do streams relatively frequently, and I'm so happy that we kept this under 3 hours. It's usually my goal. I'm usually doing tech stuff. Like I said, I'm going to be doing more further testing on the AIN Odin dock relatively soon. I'm quite happy with this overall. I don't remember the price. I will try to remember to post links for everything in the description. I didn't even check. Does this... It still creaks. That makes me so upset. I changed the back out for nothing. Yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. I've got 2 of them, so it's like whatever. But yeah, I'll be back. Thank you guys for joining. There will always be more. Till next time. Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Peace.